Gresham, ladies and gentlemen, one of Ring of Honor's top standout stars here. World coming here to try to win that title, and Filthy Tom Lawlor was the man to come out on top of it. This is his first show, his first title defense, and couldn't think of a better competitor than Jonathon Gresham for him to go heads up with here today.
Yeah, it was very impressive to see what Tom Lawlor did to become the champion. What it comes down to is, does Tom Lawlor really want to be a fighting champion? I mean, he's made it clear that he wants nothing to do with anybody that was in the actual tournament.
Well, and while he did win, it was unusual because he had a lot of help from guys like Dominic Guarini, his guys in the corner. I mean, this wasn't like he simply won this match and won that title cleanly.
To my right, Ring of Honor superstar from Atlanta, Georgia, the Octopus, Jonathon Gresham! To my left, accompanied by the buzzsaw Joshua Bishop.
The buzzsaw?
Fighting out of Sin City, he is the Black Label Pro Champion, Filthy Tom Lawlor.
I'm surprised that Filthy Tom's got the support he does here, considering how he used those devious tactics to win the Black Label Pro Championship last month here, but nonetheless, here we are. And really, this is, for all of the shenanigans that Tom Lawlor used to get the championship, hard to argue this man isn't a purebred athlete deserving of that championship. Of course, Jonathon Gresham, a member of Search and Destroy in Ring of Honor, alongside the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley, Chris David, recently picking up a big victory over the Rebellion in a match that would see the team that lost disband and the Rebellion no more in Ring of Honor because of Jonathon Gresham.
Gresham is well-traveled. He's done so much in this industry over the past decade, and you have to think he's got to be a little bit inside Tom Lawlor's head. I mean, this was not the match that Tom prepared for over the last month.
No, it was not. He was actually supposed to be taking out Gunnar Franks, I believe, here tonight, correct?
That is correct.
His first title defense. The match, of course, was changed, though. Jonathon Gresham, a late addition to the card. And, I mean, this is very different styles here. I mean, Gunnar, big, powerful man. Jonathon Gresham is one of those guys in there he'll run circles around you. You got to catch up with him. You got to get him in your lion paws, and you got to pounce him around there, or else he's going to get on you and he's going to figure out a way to outwork you there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, Gresham does have a disadvantage as far as size. When it comes to grappling, submission maneuvers, Gresham can hang with the best of them.
And look at that. He's already wrapping up Tom Lawlor. They call him the Octopus. Of course, he does the Octopus stretch, a maneuver that Jonathon Gresham's known for here, but he's got a million of them. He's got 1,004 holds here.
Okay.
Sitting down on him there with a modified upright armbar. And he's peeling back those fingers of Tom Lawlor, cinching it in. And Tom Lawlor rolling through. Kicks takes out Gresham's legs from underneath him. The two men now back on their feet, and they're going to take a breath.
We've seen a lot of fast-paced action tonight, but you got to think that the pace of this is going to start out very slow and very methodical. These guys are going to feel each other out, and Tom Lawler's got to be careful. I mean, he's got to support at ringside with Josh Bishop, and I'm sure he's got something devious in mind if he needs to, but what it comes down to is we're in the feeling out process right now, and this could go anyway.
If I'm Filthy Tom Lawlor here, I'm not feeling it out. I say take down Gresham now. Use that power, use your strength, use those submission maneuvers, get him down, take out his legs, don't let him run around, finish this thing early. If you give Jonathon Gresham too much time, just like you said, Greg, he's going to find momentum, he's going to find a way to get out of this thing, and that makes him a threat here for Filthy Tom Lawlor. Oh! Jonathon Gresham here, the big suicide dive to Joshua Bishop on the outside, taking him out, and Joshua Bishop no longer a factor that he has to worry about in this bout. As we saw Joshua try to nip at his heels earlier and distract him. And Gresham, not necessarily known for his chops, but man, did he lay him in there like a piece of leather on a child that's done something wrong.
Well, you know, Josh Bishop's only been wrestling for about a year now. I mean, he's still very inexperienced, and you can tell that, you know, he's trying to make a name for himself by getting under the tutelage of Tom Lawlor. Not the most conventional of means, but you know what? Gresham's just trying to teach his greenhorn a little lesson in respect.
Filthy Tom Lawlor there, after watching Joshua Bishop getting suicide dived and chopped on the outside by Jonathon Gresham there, demanding a drink of water be poured in his mouth. I mean, just very full of himself.
Well, look, Bishop's there to be the corner man. Bishop's there to be the little young boy for Tom Lawlor, for lack of a better term. And I mean, Lawlor is going to exploit that for as long as he can.
If I'm Gresham, I get nervous about going down to the mat and trying to out-wrestle Tom Lawlor here. I mean, we've seen Tom Lawlor inside of an octagon. We know what he's capable of doing there. And I think if you're going down like that and you're going to try to out-wrestle him, you're going to be losing that there. I mean, he's done certainly a good job right now of keeping it in control, but that's not going to last forever. If I'm Gresham, I'm using that speed. I'm using my ability to dive in and out. I want to wear out Tom Lawlor to make him susceptible for a big hit, a big kick, a big running knee, something like that.
Yeah, but I feel like you underestimate Gresham's ground game. I mean, yes, Tom Lawlor has the MMA experience. He does have a little bit of an amateur wrestling background, but when it comes down to it, like
a little bit,
a tad, you know. But when it comes down to it, Gresham is hung with some of the best guys in the world, and he's got a very extensive training with. Doesn't sound like a grappling name, Curtis Hughes. He's been a big man in the industry for years, and he's very versatile himself, and he's passed down that knowledge to Gresham, and he's taken it to the fullest.
Well, look at that. It's certainly paying off. Gresham here moving a million miles an hour. Problem here is both men are moving so quickly. As soon as they try to lock in a submission maneuver, the other man has already found a way to squirm out of it. They're going back and forth. They're head roll, somersaults. Tom Lawlor again. This time he's got him by the wrist. He's spinning it around, and he's got him in a standing Fujiwara armbar.
Well, Gresh better get to the rope as quick as he can with that. Or counter it. There you go. That's the way to do it.
Right, and there he goes. And now Gresham back on his feet. And again, this looks more like a rodeo with all the do-si-doing going on here than an actual pro wrestling match.
And you know, when you look at these two as far as size, you might think to yourself, Gresham does not have the size to take down Tom Lawlor. But we talked about it earlier with Rory. Sometimes it doesn't come down to size. Sometimes it comes down to leverage and maintaining control of the body. If you can control the body and you can get that leverage, you can get in control and you can get the guy grounded no matter how big he is.
Absolutely. And Gresham here trying to come up from underneath here against Tom Lawlor. As you say, using that size, using that positioning here. In pro wrestling, size is not always the most important thing. Again, it gives you an opportunity to try something different. Gresham reaches underneath, pulls out Tom Lawlor's leg right from underneath. Big kick right to the face of Tom Lawlor. And now again, Gresham trying to grind away on that arm as he twists away at it. Tom Lawlor getting out of it. Now he's the one doing the twisting. Another somersault, kip up, follow through. Man, and I am getting winded just watching these two men roll around the ring right now.
Well, that's because you have horrible strength and conditioning and endurance. I mean, when it comes down to it, Nick, outside the ring, maybe you should spend a little bit more time in the gym and less time at the McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why you're winded. Maybe you should see a doctor after this show.
Thank you, Greg. I'll take that under consideration.
Depending on what time the show ends, urgent care might be open. I don't know if they can help you out.
Thanks, Greg.
If you say you have chest pains, they'll let you in right away.
I don't. But thank you. But I am impressed right now by these two men. After 3 straight minutes there of somersaults, head tosses, attempted arm bars, Fujiwara arm bars. These two men now circling each other like a couple of sharks around a red piece of meat. And now they are striking again. Gresham trying to go for that German suplex, it looked like, only to be tossed to the ground. And we got ourselves some head scissors takedowns. We've gone from side head snaps to scissors takedown. And wait, no, Filthy Tom Lawlor here got him in an arm lock. It's tough to see exactly what lock he's trying to cinch in there on Gresham. It's Gresham now in a compromising position, doing a headstand in between Tom Lawlor. And Gresham rolls right over. Tried to go into a chin lock, but instead he got Tom Lawlor. And he's got him trapped in the head scissors.
It's just back and forth, trying to wear down Jonathon Gresham.
And Gresham now again rolling through, trying to keep Tom Lawlor on his toes. He's got Tom Lawlor tied up at the ankles. What an athletic exhibition this has been here between these two. I have not seen so much groundwork early in a match like this in a long, long time. I mean, these men are just trying to get anything they can cinched in without the other guy rolling out of the way. And Gresham again rolling through with a head scissors, or a handstand out of a head scissors. And now Gresham's got him set up here for an STO, it looks like, as he's leaning back on those crossed legs in the back. He's trying to pull Lawlor's arms back so he can apply more pressure to those legs and also start applying pressure to the lower back. Gresham rolls through, and now he's setting him up for a modified unprettier, and now he's fully behind him. He's got him on the ground, and he's got Tom Lawlor's full arm span pulled out in the ring. And Tom Lawlor is getting frustrated here. He looks like he doesn't really know what he's going to have to do to get any kind of consistent momentum going against Gresham.
Well, it all comes back to what I was talking about earlier, the feeling out process. Now, you said Tom Lawlor should take it to Gresham quick and right away, right? And maybe that was his game plan. But what it comes down to, when you get in that ring and you have a game plan, a lot of the times that plan goes right out the window as soon as you get in that first arm bar or that first chokehold. You got to change your whole strategy. You got to go and do what you do best, what you're trained to do, and that's fight. And find the best counter and the best submission to win your way to victory. You can't always do things quick and easy.
Oh, Tom Lawlor here with a reverse choke, and Gresham to those ropes very, very, very quickly. Tom Lawlor really had control of Gresham there, both his arms behind his back, really wrenching him in there, enjoying himself as he's trying to pick apart Gresham here. And finally, it seems like Tom Lawlor may have a chance of getting some momentum as he shoots Gresham into the corner. Huge knife edge chop from Filthy Tom.
What it came down to is changing his strategy. I mean, he tried to do all that submission wrestling, all that chain wrestling, all that groundwork, and all it took was one shot to regain control over Jonathon Gresham.
And look at this right now. Tom Lawlor, for all of his skilled work as a submission specialist that he learned in the UFC, right now throwing some dominant right hands and chops. Oh, and Jonathon Gresham chopped him right across the jaw. That looked nasty. And Tom Lawlor did not seem to take too kindly to it. He's got Gresham in the corner. Big boot. Shoots him off again into the corner. Reverse Jonathon Gresham with a snap takedown there. Arm drag takedown. And
Textbook. Ricky Steamboat-like.
And now he's got Tom Lawlor on the ground. And again, is this going to be enough to keep Tom Lawlor grounded, or is he going to be able to weasel his way out of this and into something else here pretty soon? Gresham bending those fingers, bending that arm back. Methodical, you know. There you go. Now see,
sometimes as a spectator, as a fan, as a commoner, you know, not all of us have been put in a top wrist lock, but I think we all know what it's like to get your fingers bent, to get your fingers stomped on. I think everybody in the crowd can feel what Tom Lawlor's feeling right now. Yeah, absolutely. I used to go to the backyard with my brother. We'd rip at each other's fingers, ripping each other's eyes, tearing each other's hair.
We didn't know what we were doing. This is a backyard brawl right now when you see things like that. And a big punch right to the chest of Tom Lawlor. Jonathon Gresham gets some very unique strikes in here against Tom Lawlor. I don't know if that's on purpose or if he's just a little discoordinated.
Well, it comes down to he's fighting for his life. I mean, like I said, you talk about plans, you talk about strategy. When you get punched in the face, all that changes. Gresham's got to change whatever plan he had right now.
And Jonathon Gresham working from underneath here, laying on his back. Big kick right to the forearm of Tom Lawlor there. And rolling through, looking for a crossface. No, Tom Lawlor, we got a crucifix pin attempt there from Jonathon Gresham.
Gresham better stay on him. Don't talk to the ref. Gresham knows better than that. You got to stay on him when you got him down like that. And he's working over that left arm.
And Gresham here he is also now getting a little determined. Frustrated as Tom Lawlor looking for a huge German suplex here. Jonathon Gresham holding onto the top rope for all his life. Doesn't want to see his neck get snapped. We've got an uppercut there onto his right arm, and Gresham continuing to work that right arm of Tom Lawlor. All of that rolling around, all those submission attempts starting to really make sense here. The long-term game for Gresham, I guess, was to try to work down that right arm of Tom Lawlor, and yep, you can see it. Pulled it behind it for a pump handle slam, tossing Lawlor arm first onto the mat. That is the game plan Gresham's been working with here. Work that arm. Take away Tom Lawlor's abilities to get a hold of you.
And you got to think Gresham is going to stay persistent and he's going to stay methodical on that arm, because what it comes down to is Jonathon Gresham is put into a situation this afternoon that he did not expect 24 hours ago. He's going for the biggest title in Black Label Pro, and that's the Black Label Pro Championship. In his first title defense, we could be seeing it switch hands from Tom Lawlor to Jonathon Gresham here tonight.
Jonathon Gresham again ripping back on those fingers. Tom Lawlor's got him up in the fireman's carry, drops him with a modified FU there, dead center, dead to rights. Is he going to be able to get that pin now? Is that going to be enough? I didn't think it would be, and it wasn't.
If he just would have been a little quicker on that pin, that could have been 3 easily.
Gresham now trying to get again reaching back with that like a Fujiwara armbar and just cinching that in. You start to feel those bits of tendon in your shoulder and your wrist start to snap and tear and stretch. It's exactly what Gresham's doing right here. A much more cruel side to Jonathon Gresham than I think wrestling fans are used to seeing in a Ring of Honor ring. And Tom Lawlor trying to reach for that rope to get him to break it up. And Gresham saying, I'm going to grab that arm, I'm going to grab those fingers, and I'm going to cinch back on those as well. Oh, that's a real easy way to dislocate a digit right there.
You got to think, how much more pressure can those tendons, can those joints on the left arm of Tom Lawlor take?
And a guy like Tom Lawlor, I mean, a snap tendon, anything like that that's going to take him out of the game, it's going to take away, oh man, that right arm, that right elbow, that shoulder, I should say, thrown right to the corner from Gresham. But Tom Lawlor, a dual sport athlete, he can't take any sidelining. He can't take being taken out. He can't take a torn tendon. So now, I think we're going to start to see a very volatile Tom Lawlor with a T-bone over the shoulder suplex, tossing Jonathon Gresham to the mat. And Lawlor, I think he wants that arm bar, and Gresham saying, nah, I'm not going to let that happen. You get that and this thing could be all over. Lawlor's got him on the mat, and he really wants that arm bar here. Oh, he pulled Gresham in for a pin attempt. That's just being able to be that big, to tower over your opponent like that. You're going to be able to find unique pinning attempts, pinning combination maneuvers like that. And what is Gresham doing here? Using his forehead as a pivot point to rake Tom Lawlor's ankle. Have you ever seen anything like that?
That's very unique, and you know what? He's trying to destroy the whole left side of Tom Lawlor's body.
What is that? I have never seen anyone apply an ankle lock like that before. What an incredible piece of maneuver there, maneuvering from Jonathon Gresham. Tom Lawlor now comfortable in his best position. That is from the rear position here. He's got the legs wrapped up in Jonathon Gresham. He's not too far away from his arms either. He can grab those at any point. The octopus stretching for that bottom rope, and he's got it there.
Good ring awareness by Gresham.
Tom Lawlor just laying it in with big kicks, big punches.
You know, Lawler's doing all this submission and all this grappling. What it comes down to, every time he gets the biggest advantage, it's when he's just going strike for strike with Gresham. I think he should really stick to that.
Well, and again, I think that's where size and strength, I mean, in this situation, it does come into play, right? Filthy Tom Lawlor, can he out-wrestle him? Sure, but when you know that you've got that kind of size and intimidating persona against your opponent, maybe that is the time to just lay it in with punches and kicks. I mean, he's certainly a skilled striker as well.
Well, I mean, he's got, filthy in his name. I mean, the guy is not above getting a little bit down and dirty, and when it comes down to it, I think his pride is maybe getting in the way a little bit, because arguably Gresham is
Wait, Greg here. Gresham's losing blood flow to his brain right now as Tom Lawlor's got him in a rear naked choke, and he's all the way to the mat here, and he's been choking him for a good 20 to 30 seconds already. This is where I think we can start to see Jonathon Gresham fade to black.
Control the head, you control the body, and if that body ain't moving, you cannot win the Black Label Pro Championship.
God, to feel like the tide has caught you and you're just drowning underneath the water right now, struggling to get to the surface, grasping for air. Jonathon Gresham desperate to try to escape this choking position that he's in right now from filthy Tom Lawlor. Tom Lawlor not willing to give an inch.
He could already be out. Ref checking right now.
Check it again.
It looks like that's going to be all.
Oh, yep, no. Jonathon Gresham shaking it off. And we have another crucifix pin attempt here from filthy Tom Lawlor. Gresham able to roll out of it. Right back into that reverse chin lock. Is he going to be able to lay him down into that rear naked choke? He's working him slowly to the mat. Slowly down goes Gresham. Gresham back to his feet. I don't know how. Picks him up. Picks up Tom Lawlor.
What?
Drops him in an attempted T-bone suplex there.
That was desperation. Who knows if Gresham even knows where he is right now? That was pure instinct.
Certainly wasn't a textbook definition of a perfect T-bone suplex there by any stretch, but he did manage to get out of it. He managed to drop Tom onto his head, and if he's ever going to have a chance to capitalize, if he's ever going to have a chance to capture that Black Label Pro Championship from Tom Lawlor, now is going to be that chance. He is going to have to rally, and he's going to have to make his move now, because if Tom Lawlor gets his wits about him, I have a feeling he's going to be like a bull in a china shop. He's going to see that red on Jonathon Gresham's trunks, and he's going to go right at him. Gore, balls to the wall, bull to the wall.
Josh Bishop on the outside trying to rally the crowd for Tom Lawlor, but that doesn't sound like it's working too well.
Huge chop there from Gresham to Tom. Back and forth, we got ourselves a chop off. And it looks like Lawlor was King Lumberjack as he got the last chop in, but they've moved on to elbows. Huge elbows back and forth, trying to knock the teeth out of each other's mouth right now. Trying to expose some of that white meat inside that skull. Rip off that forehead muscle. Rip off that forehead skin. These two men are woozy on their feet. Who's going to be the next one to strike? Gresham with one more. Lawlor with one more. These two can't stop exchanging blows. Who's going to be the first to leave their feet? Another big hit. Two big hits. When will these men ever slow down?
Gresham hanging strike for strike with Lawlor. I'm shocked.
Oh, and a huge kick.
Big Indy.
Right
That's the blow right there.
Not enough to put Filthy Tom away as he kicks out, and Jonathon Gresham, he's got one more chance here. Keep that momentum up. Gresham running, charging into the corner. Filthy Tom Lawlor with a lariat to the back of the head.
Missed with the front, but got him with the back.
I certainly wouldn't see that side of an octagon. Pinfall attempt. apparently calling for a wrist lock. Not a move you hear a lot of fans call for. Big knee right to the gut. And he set him up here for pile driver, powerbomb. Big old powerbomb.
Oh!
Dead center of the ring.
Driven to the mat.
And Tom Lawlor going for that pin. Gresham kicks out. Surprising. That was quite the powerbomb there from Filthy Tom Lawlor. Demanding a faster count from that referee. And now he's calling for the end of the match here. What does he have in store?
Whoa!
Lawlor cinching in that wrist lock.
You don't get much bigger than this.
And the fans going wild. Jonathon Gresham rolling through, grabs it, reverses it. He's got his own wrist lock cinched in now. And the fans here, they're cheering on Gresham. Wow. Pushing that wrist lock to the next level. Going back to those fingers. All the way back. My God. I can't even imagine the pain that Tom Lawlor's in, having to been through this already several times in the bout. Tough to wrestle without your fingers.
If Gresham keeps this up, Tom Lawlor's hand's going to look an awful lot like mine.
And he keeps that wrist lock cinched in.
This has got to be all. This has to be it, Nick.
Oh, man, that like a drop of water. Over and over again on the forehead. Eventually it'll drive a man to insanity. Tom Lawlor right there on the brink of insanity. Lashing out at Jonathon Gresham. Wow. That is a real easy way to separate your vertebrae. He's got him in the forward guillotine choke here.
Is Gresham out? He might be out.
Lock. Gresham again having to fight his way out. And he raises his hand and he picks up Lawlor for a big scoop. Lawlor's not letting it go.
Couldn't get the leverage, though.
Oh, man, he spins him back around. Gresham with the octopus stretch. That octopus stretch right there in the corner of the ring. Lawlor isn't that far from the ropes. He should be able to break it if he has any idea where he's at.
I don't think he does. I think that's going to be it. Oh.
Enough ring awareness to know that if he just fell backwards, Gresham would go right into that corner.
I mean, was that ring awareness or did he just fall backwards? Did he just luck out?
Great question. Tom Lawlor now. He's used pretty much every move in the book against Gresham. What's he got left? Putting him up, arm over his shoulder. Gresham's not going to let him get a hold of whatever he wants to do.
Nope, holding that weight down.
God, the underdog fighting nature of Jonathon Gresham on full display right now.
Muscle
And he
him up.
picks up Tom Lawlor with a huge suplex, driving Tom Lawlor to the mat. I honestly wasn't expecting that.
Suplex Township.
Especially after watching Gresham have his head and his neck scraped away at by Tom Lawlor. That helicopter separated his vertebrae earlier. You got to think that Gresham doesn't have a whole lot left in the tank. If he's going to take a shot, now's the time to take the shot.
It's right now.
That's a pretty big shot. Back into the corner. Lawlor gets a foot up. Gresham with another tornado elbow.
One step ahead of him.
What's Lawlor doing here? Gresham keeps throwing those elbows.
Whoa!
And a stalling, bridging German suplex.
Unbelievable.
And are we going to see a new Black Label Pro Champion here tonight? Tom Lawlor just won the belt. He just won the belt. To lose it in his first title defense would be an absolute embarrassment. But Jonathon Gresham, what a hell of a champion he would be. I would be proud to have Jonathon Gresham represent Black Label Pro. Gresham again looking for that octopus as he's got himself wrapped around. And oh wait, he's going for it.
He doesn't got it locked in all the way though.
One more foot up over that head, and Tom Lawlor has got. Oh wait, Tom Lawlor blocked it. He's got Gresham up. Gresham sliding down.
Sunset flip.
Tom Lawlor's got his foot on the ropes. What is Jonathon Gresham doing here?
O'Connor roll into a drag. Into a. Whoa, Lawlor's got control.
Lawlor's on top. He goes for a pinfall. Crucifix pin. Gresham's back on top.
Oklahoma roll.
Pulls Lawlor along for the ride.
Switch through.
He's going for that octopus again. Absolutely. Yep, I see it too. As I'm sure the fans that are watching at home right now also see it. This is Gresham's submission finishing maneuver here. That octopus stretch, and he's got it.
There it is.
He's got it.
He's got it locked in.
He's got it locked in, and that is the second time he has successfully applied it in this match. He is drilling that elbow right now into the ribs of filthy Tom Lawlor.
And that's going to only add to the pain, add to the pressure. Tom Lawlor can't last too much longer.
Tom Lawlor removing the leg from over his head, picks up Gresham. He's got him in kind of a Styles. He's going for the Styles clash. Oh my God! What a filthy clash that was. And there it is. Filthy Tom Lawlor using the Styles clash. Pick up the victory here, a first successful Black Label Pro Championship defense. And we will roll in to our next show, Slamilton, in February with Filthy Tom Lawlor as our champion here. And Filthy Tom Lawlor is going to be watching the main Black Label Pro Rumble here very closely, as he could easily find himself squared off against the winner of that Rumble.
Champion, Filthy Tom Lawlor.
What a match. You know, in a normal situation, those two might have ran out of gas. We might have a draw right now, but that just goes to show you what the Black Label Pro Championship means, not just to these two men, but all those guys in the locker room. We saw a hell of a fight right now, and I got to imagine that Black Label Pro Rumble is going to be a hell of a match when 30 individuals get in there vying for the chance to be the next champion.